Hey there, I'm Trista Polo with Cecil TV, and we're here with Naomi Copenhaver, the Perryville Library Branch Manager. Welcome, Naomi. Where are you joining us from today?
Good morning, Trista. It's really great to see you. Happy March. I'm actually in the children's room at Perryville. So I actually asked if all my staff could clear out for a little bit so I could show off this beautiful room behind me. So we have, children's spaces dedicated in every one of our branches. This is just one of them. Just fun spaces for our littlest readers filled with toys, books, activities, things for them to explore around the room. And so they're at all branches have something for the littles, a little area for the littles. Ours happens to be a little bit bigger and it's an act like a room. But yeah, we love these spaces and we always want to show them off whenever we can.
I love that. I've been to the one in Northeast because that's my local library with my niece and nephew. And you know what I like about the area is there's a lot of chairs for the adults.
Yes. A lot of spaces for kids and adults at the Northeast
Yes,
branch. There
place
is
for me to
also
sit.
here.
That's right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that I love the boat at Northeast. I don't know, that's my favorite. The little town and the
Yes.
boat is my favorite part of the Northeast branch.
Yes, absolutely. But I sit and keep them company, and they find so many things to do. The children's areas are so, so great to have. And I love that they're focused on what kids are going to want to do. So that's really great. And so thanks for showing off that area to us in the Perryville branch. And I know that you always have some cherry-picked, wonderful things to share. So where would you like to start? What's happening around the public library system in Cecil County?
I have a lot of fun programs to share and interesting programs, but I wanted to start by talking about the Maryland 250 initiative. So some people know about this, others don't. We have several programs focused on Maryland 250, some of which I'm going to present today. So I wanted to explain it a little bit. This initiative commemorates the 250th anniversary of the United States in 2026 by highlighting Maryland's role in the nation's founding and history. So through programs, educational opportunities, CCPLs, encouraging residents to explore the people, places, and stories that shape Maryland and the United States. So I wanted to start off with that because later on I'm going to talk a little bit about some of those programs. And there's a lot more on the website about Maryland 250. There's an actual link to all the programs that are related to it on our website.
That's great. That makes it really easy to find. And I think it's you said, it's the perfect time to explore Maryland and what created it, the history, and how we got here to the 250th anniversary. That's amazing.
That amazing? Yeah. And so many
Yeah.
different library systems are doing something around this in different states. It's really kind of a cool initiative.
Yeah. Oh, that's really great. So I know you have some 250 initiative programs and some not. You just picked some good ones. What do you have for, since we talked about the kids area, what do you have for kids and families?
Oh, for kids, I've got a bunch of stuff coming up. So I wanted to start off talking about a lot of our branches do a program called ABC Come Play With Me, and it's through several branches at different dates. This is a program designed for families with children from birth to age 5, and they do theme playtimes that emphasize pre-literacy through games, activities, and toys and crafts. So they choose these fun themes at different branches, and this month we have several. In Elkton, they're doing bugs on March 12th, tomorrow. And then on the 17th, on St. Patty's Day, Northeast is doing St. Patrick's Day as their theme. And then Perryville on the 21st is doing Spring Fling because that is the first day of spring, I believe. And so we're doing an ABC Come Play With Me Spring Fling themed program here. And then again at Perryville on March 17th, we're doing leprechaun traps. So this is a super fun program. So may the luck of the Irish be with you. You get to design and create and engineer a contraption to trap mischievous leprechauns. So they give them a whole bunch of things and they kind of build their own trap and then they show it off to the library. And this is how I caught my leprechaun. It's a really fun program. And they get to keep the leprechaun, I think, that they have.
Oh, that's so fun. I have to ask you, Naomi, have you ever caught a leprechaun with one of these traps?
I have not, but I have seen some of these traps, and for sure they would catch leprechauns. Like some of them are really innovative. These kids go all out. They spend the entire time. Sometimes they'll stay after the program is done to finish their trap, you know.
Yeah.
And they just there's I wish I had some from previous years to show you. They're really innovative, really fun. Next year I'll make sure to save one, see if one of the kids will let me take some pictures so I can show it to you.
It
Um,
sounds so great. It sounds
it's a
very
really fun
cool.
program.
Yeah, for sure.
Then in Chesapeake City, they're doing Soar Across Maryland. So they're making bird feeders and learning about the migration and feeding patterns of birds found right here in Maryland. So that's a really neat program. And then Northeast is doing Jump and Fun Fitness for kids. So get your wiggles out, come to a fun class that does aerobics, strength, and balance activities designed especially for kids. So those are just a few.
Nice.
Like I said, there's so many more children's programs. But
I
those are
love
the ones
that.
that I picked that I thought were kind of interesting.
Yeah, those
Um,
are all really good. I have to tell you, I feed crows at my house and they are already back. The birds are back. And I've been
yeah.
feeding them now for about a week as it's gotten warmer. So this is a great time for people to go make some feeding for the birds because they're ready. They're ready to eat.
Yeah, the last few days they have been singing so loud outside my window, like they are ready to go for spring. So yeah, come
Yes.
build a birdhouse, learn about the migratory patterns, learn about some of the cool birds we have in Maryland that other people don't have in other states.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Now you also have things coming up for teens. So tell us some of those.
Sure. In Rising Sun on March 19th, they're doing Dungeons and Dragons Reimagined. So it's a one-day reimagined D&D campaign, and it's beginner friendly. You don't have to know too much about D&D. Just bring your creativity and problem-solving skills for an adventure like no other. So it's a really fun program they're doing there. March 20th at Northeast. This is one that I'm very excited about. We're doing Teen Mental Health Night. So ever just want to hang out, relax, chill out at the library in the evening? Well, this is your chance. We have a youth advisory board, which is made up of local teens who came up with this program and are presenting it to our community. So it's a fun after hours event for grades 9 through 12, focused on taking a mental health break and spending time with your friends at the library. And they have a lot of activities and fun things planned for this event at Northeast. On March 23rd at the Cecilton Community Center, we're doing Are You Smarter Than a Librarian? We've done this here before. It's really fun. So you put your wit and trivia knowledge to test, see if you can beat our team of librarians in categories like literature, pop culture, food, and sports. And I have lost this before to kids. So they are smarter than a library now.
It's strong of you to admit it. It takes good character to admit that you have lost.
Sports is not my thing. And there are some teens here, they know their sports, and I do not.
Well,
And then
oh, sorry.
go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, speaking of birds and sports, there's a car in my town that has a Go Birds bumper sticker, and I thought they were excited about birds, and then I found out it was the Eagles, and I was like, that's how much I know about sports.
See, I might get that one, but if they asked me about a player on the Eagles,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I can't do that. But the kids
So you would
know,
win
though.
if
The
you were up
kids
against
know.
me then.
They remember everything about sports. I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah.
And then the last one I wanted to talk about is kind of a neat one. On March 26th in Northeast, we're doing Bicycle Basics with Newark Bike Project. So get equipped with practical bike skills, fixing flats to performing safety checks like a pro. So it's kind of cool. We're teaming up with Newark Bike Project to really get kids like fixing their own bikes and like using their learning these skills so that they can do it themselves in the future and then get out there and ride around the neighborhood with your fixed bike.
Beautiful. That's great. I know my husband's a big biker, and he learned those skills, I think, with the Boy Scouts, but he has used them his whole life.
Yeah.
So that's such a great thing to teach teens. They will have those skills forever. Yeah. And then adults, you have some adults programs as well. Let's hear about those.
I do, and that's where we're going to talk a little bit about the Maryland 250 and Women's History Month, which also is something we're celebrating this month. So on March 21st in Elkton, we're doing Living Historian Harriet Tubman. So in celebration of Maryland 250 and Women's History Month, we have Maleficent Sparks bringing to life the emotional depth and courage of Harriet Tubman, who helped thousands of enslaved people escape to freedom. That's a very interesting, and I've seen them before. They are amazing. as far as a living historian goes. So that's March 21st at Elkton. And then March 24th in Northeast, we have Behind Closed Doors, the story of the Cecil County Alms House. I'm not sure if you know much about this, but this is another Maryland 250 program, and it explores the history of Cecil County's Alms House, a place that quietly shaped countless lives on society's margins for centuries. So we're going to learn who lived within its walls, how it operated, and what it reveals about changing attitudes towards poverty, public responsibility, and community care. So it's kind of an interesting Cecil County focused Maryland 250 program. Then at Perryville on March 25th, we have Storytelling with Sister Martha Ruff. So she's going to share stories, songs, and poetry from African American and Caribbean folklore and culture. So that's a really interesting program that's going to happen I think it's on a Wednesday night in Perryville. Then lastly, in Elkton, I had to add this one because I just thought it sounded so cool. All Stirred Up, Suffrage, Cookbooks, Food, and the Battle for Women's Right to Vote. So again, this is a Maryland 250 program, but also a Women's History Month program. Laura Kuman is going to explore the creativity and determination of suffragists who carried their message into American homes through cookbooks, cleverly blending food wisdom with political strategy and community organizing. So that one sounded really interesting to me.
That sounds fascinating. And, you're right. When you have a message and it's not safe for you to share it publicly, you find a way to get the word out. So that's fascinating. Those are some great programs too. I know there are so many programs through the Cecil County Public Library system, and you always find really good ones, but they're just the tip of the iceberg.
Absolutely. There's so much more.
Yeah. So much more on the website. So how do we find out what else is going on and then register and get the details for the ones that you've mentioned?
Best place to go is our website. So www.cecilcountylibrary.org. You can register for programs. You can see the information on Maryland 250. You can see upcoming events. You can do so many things on there. You can secure a meeting room, a study room. You can secure the bookmobile on there if you need it for an event. There's just so many ways to utilize that website. But mainly, if you want to go to any of these programs, that's where you would go register. You can also come into a local library and ask a staff member if they would, help you register for a program if you're not feeling comfortable doing it yourself on the website.
Oh, that's great. You have so much support for people that aren't comfortable technologically. You just said something that I wanted to underline. You said that you could reserve a room. So do you mean like to do work or have a meeting?
Yeah, we have study rooms in the main big branches. Elkton, Perryville, and Northeast all have study rooms. And then almost all branches have a meeting room available. So it depends on the size of your group, but you could reserve the meeting room and use it for an upcoming event you have or some kind of, meeting you're having. But then if it's a smaller thing, you could use the study rooms. If you just need to come in and have a quiet space that's away from everyone else, we have study rooms available.
That is a great resource to have. I have been on a journey of writing a novel, and I'm always looking for places to go outside my house and spend some time. And I am adding the libraries to my list, and I'll, like all the different ones to try different environments and spaces. That's amazing.
That's really exciting that you're writing a novel. Yeah, we actually have a gentleman who comes here every week to Perryville. He's working on a novel. We have a few of our known local authors, David Healy, a few others. They wrote their novels in the libraries. They came and they used our library spaces. So it's really exciting to see that happening in our buildings.
I love that. And I also love that once again, you've given us such a lovely little tapestry of what's going on in March, but it is just a snippet. There is so much more going on. So I'm subscribed to the newsletter, which always gives me a lot of good things to stay up to date with and look forward to. And I want to thank you, Naomi, because you come on every month. You give us an update about what's going on in all the different branches in Cecil County, and you keep us abreast so we don't miss anything really cool. And so I just always appreciate you being here, and I want to thank you for being on today.
Oh, thank you so much. I really love getting this information to you guys and the community. I feel like it's a great platform to get the information out there to so many different people. And like I said, you mentioned the library link, but the website and subscribing to the library link, which you can also subscribe to on the website under newsletter. Those are the best ways to know what's coming up, right? You'll get the newsletter for the entire month, and it'll give you all the events and programs. We are planning right now for fall of next year, fall, winter right now, because we've already planned out the summer. And so all that information is, if you're signed up for the library link, you're going to get that when it comes out. And it's going to give you all the details for the upcoming months and the events and programs we have.
That's great. We really are so lucky to have such a strong library system here in our county. So thanks again, Naomi, for being with us. And tune in next time. We will be here in April to give you all the juice about the Cecil County Public Library System. Thanks, Naomi. Thanks, everybody. I'm Trista Polo, Cecil TV. Have a great day.